Assalamu alaikum everyone. In this video I am going to explain three very important analytical techniques that are widely used in plant breeding, especially for studying plant quality traits and biofortification. These techniques are gas chromatography, mass spectrometry (GCMS), liquid chromatography mass spectrometry (LCMS), and inductively coupled plasma techniques (ICP-MS). For each technique, I'll explain its basic principle, what type of compounds it measures, and how it is used in plant breeding. Now, the first topic is gas chromatography mass spectrometry. Gas chromatography mass spectrometry is one of the most widely used analytical techniques in plant sciences for studying metabolites that define plant quality traits. In simple terms, GCMS combines two powerful processes: separation of compounds by gas chromatography and identification of those compounds by mass spectrometry. The gas chromatography and mass spectrometry is a combined technique. It has two parts: gas chromatography (GC), which separates compounds, and mass spectrometry (MS), which identifies compounds. First, plant samples like leaves, seeds, or fruits are extracted. These extracts are heated so that the compounds become volatile and they turn into gas. In the gas chromatograph, compounds move through a long column with the help of a carrier gas. After separation, each compound enters the mass spectrometer where it is broken into fragments using high energy electrons. Each compound produces a unique mass spectrum like a fingerprint which helps in its identification. So simply GC separates compounds and MS identifies them. Now the types of compounds measured by gas chromatography and mass spectrometry. Gas chromatography and mass spectrometry mainly measures small and volatile compounds such as sugars like glucose, fructose, and sucrose, organic acids like citric acid, malic acid, amino acids like proline, glycine, and fatty acids like important in oil crops, and volatile aroma compounds like smell and flavor. These compounds are usually part of primary metabolism. The limitation of gas chromatography and mass spectrometry is the non-volatile or heat-sensitive compounds cannot be measured easily by GCMS. In plant breeding, gas chromatography and mass spectrometry is used to improve the taste and flavor of fruits and vegetables. It is used to study the sweetness and acidity. It is used to analyze oil quality in oilseed crops. It is also used to understand the stress tolerance like drought or salinity. It is used to select varieties with better aroma such as rice, tea, tomato, etc. GCMS provides biochemical phenotypes which help breeders select superior genotypes. Now the second topic is liquid chromatography mass spectrometry. Liquid chromatography mass spectrometry (LCMS) also combines two techniques: liquid chromatography (LC) and mass spectrometry (MS). Unlike GCMS, here the compounds remain in liquid form. In liquid chromatography, compounds are separated based on their interaction with the column and the liquid solvent. After separation, compounds enter the mass spectrometer using soft ionization like electrospray ionization. This means the molecules remain mostly intact, which is very important for the complex compounds. Two types of compounds measured by LCMS. LCMS measures large, polar, and heat sensitive compounds such as phenolic compounds, flavonoids compounds, anthocyanins, alkaloids, glucosinolates, and phytohormones. These compounds belong mainly to secondary metabolism. LCMS is highly sensitive, so it can detect compounds in very small quantities. LCMS is extremely important in breeding because it helps in improving the nutritional quality, increasing antioxidant content, it enhances disease resistance, it is used in studying plant hormones and stress signals. It is also used in improving color and functional food traits. For example, more anthocyanins, better color and antioxidant value, more flavonoids means more better health benefits. Thus, the LCMS helps breeders select plants with superior quality traits controlled by secondary metabolites. Now, the third topic is inductively coupled plasma mass spectrometry ICP-MS. This technique is completely different from GCMS and LCMS. GCMS and LCMS measure organic compounds, but inductively coupled plasma measures elements. In ICP analysis, plant samples are first digested using strong acids. This converts all minerals into ionic form. The solution is then introduced into a very hot argon plasma, 6000 to 8000 Kelvin. At this high temperature, elements become ionized. In ICP-MS, ionized are separated by mass. In ICP-OES, emitted light is measured. The types of compound measured by ICP. ICP does not measure molecules. It only measures elements such as macronutrients like potassium, calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, micronutrients like iron, zinc, copper, manganese, boron, etc., and toxic elements like cadmium, lead, etc. It can measure elements at very low concentrations, even parts per billion. The use of ICP in breeding for biofortification. This is where ICP is most important. In biofortification breeding, the aim is to increase iron and zinc in grains, reduce toxic elements, improve nutritional security. ICP helps breeders to identify genotypes with high mineral content, to study nutrient uptake efficiency, and to select crops for hidden hunger reduction. For example, high zinc, high zinc wheat, iron rich rice. Thus, the ICP is a gold standard for mineral analysis in plant breeding. Gas chromatography, mass spectrometry, small volatile metabolites, flavor, aroma, stress traits, liquid chromatography, mass spectrometry related to complex secondary metabolites, antioxidants, and resistance, inductively coupled plasma mass spectrometry. It relates with mineral elements and biofortification. Together, these techniques provide a complete picture of plant quality traits, helping breeders develop better, healthier, and more nutritious crops.